Hi, I'm Talula Dempsey and welcome to Talula's Kitchen. I just launched a chocolate chip cookie mix and today I'm going to show you how to make it. All you're gonna need is softened butter. I like to use European butter because it has a higher fat content, so it makes everything richer and creamier. An egg yolk and an egg, which adds a chewiness to the batter, vanilla extract, and then for a little bit of extra flavor, Maldon sea salt flakes. You just take the cookie mix and place it in, and then you're gonna add in the butter, the eggs, and to top it off, the vanilla. I like to start on a low speed just so everything can incorporate and slowly increase. So if you notice that not everything's mixing up, it's super easy. Just grab your spatula and go around the edges. Just make sure that things are getting incorporated. Sometimes with the butter, it'll get clumped on the top, so you just gotta move it around. Just gonna wait. So mix your chocolate chips on a low setting. If you don't want to use your chocolate chips, that's totally okay. You don't have to, they come separately packaged. So what you can do is either add them in or you can add in different variations here, like Oreos with the chocolate chips, or if you want to do something completely different, like peanut butter cups, you can do that as well. You would do this right now. So then you just make sure to mix it on low until everything's combined. You can also fold it in, but I like to just throw everything in so it makes it easier and it's one less dish. You'll notice it's gonna clump all to your whisk attachment. Just take a spatula, push it down. So, cookie mix, looks delicious, tastes delicious. If you want a chewier cookie, what I recommend is after this step, leave it in the bowl, cover it with saran wrap, put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. What it's gonna do is harden the butter so your cookies are gonna be chewier and not spread as much. But if you just want a cookie right away, I recommend using an ice cream scooper so all of your cookies are even and uniform, pressing it down, and then just putting it onto your sheet. So the batch makes 24 cookies if they're smaller size. If you're doing a size like this, it makes about 16 to 18. If you're making large cookies, it's about 12. So it really just depends on what size cookie you'd like, but they are very substantial. So you will sometimes be left with leftover dough, which is totally fine. What you can do is put it in the freezer, and then anytime you want a cookie, just pull it out, let it defrost for 5 minutes, and bake at 350 for about 5 extra additional minutes, and you'll have the perfect cookie anytime you want. So now what you're gonna do is place these in the oven at 350 and bake for 10 to 15 minutes until the outside is crispy, a little brown, and the interior is mostly set. You still want it to be a little bit underdone because once you take the pan out of the oven, it's gonna continue to cook for 2 minutes. And yeah, that's how you make chocolate chip cookies. What you're gonna do for the best flavor, in my opinion, is add a little bit of flaky sea salt. So I like to use Maldon flaky sea salt because I feel like their granules are the perfect size for when you're biting into a chocolate chip cookie. It's not overpowering and you still get the richness and it subdues the sweetness a little bit. Add the flaky sea salt on top of the cookies once they're done because if you add it before, it dissolves so you're not gonna see it. And then afterwards, it's slightly gonna stick to the surface so when you're presenting it to friends or eating it yourself, it's not gonna fall off and it's still gonna look very aesthetic. You're gonna leave these on here for 2 minutes. After 2 minute passes, because the pan is still hot, it's gonna continue to cook the cookies. You wanna eliminate that so you don't have a burnt bottom. So you move it onto a rack, allow it to cool for 5 to 10 minutes. Now that your cookies have cooled for 5 minutes, you're left with the most perfect cookie, if I do say so myself. It has a perfectly crisp exterior, a perfectly browned bottom, and the center is chewy and delicious. I mean, it is really good, I have to say.